Cleveland, finding answers to the complex question, why didn't Amazon want to bring their new headquarters here? Meteorite recovery, where the first remnants of the other night's big meteor sighting turned up today. How you can help local dogs in need get taken care of and find new loving homes. And the pretty penny you'll have to shell out to meet Marvel Comics icon Stan Lee in Cleveland. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being with us on this Thursday night. The big story of the day is the one that we've been following for months now. Amazon deciding to punt on Cleveland as a home for its second headquarters. Countless cities around the country put in their bids to bring Amazon to their city, and now the list has been cut down to 20. And Columbus is the lone Buckeye city making the list. The new site is expected to bring about 50,000 jobs with it to the winning city. So that makes it sting a little bit. So we know it won't be coming to Cleveland, but it's left many to ask why. That's a loaded question. So we've put together quite a panel. It says here a loaded panel, but I think we'll just say quite a panel to pick up all the pieces. Joining us, Danielle Serino from Crane's Cleveland Business, Jay Miller, and the Cleveland Scene, Sam Allard. All right, whose fault? I'm thinking Danielle. Why didn't we get it?
I think we dropped the ball on it. I mean, first of all, they were so tight-lipped about this from the beginning, not telling us anything, which makes you wonder, what are they hiding? And then the day that we did a story about this, at 6:01, right after our broadcast started, they released this lame video that looked like a cable access video talking about, oh, how hard we worked. And now we go back to them today saying, okay, tell us what you did. Right. And they still won't tell us.
Up on the screen there. That is the video that was released.
Every other city.
Jay, bad bid? Or was this gettable in your opinion?
To me, it was not gettable, I guess. I think the city doesn't have the workforce potential that they're looking for. They need 50,000 people over the next 10 years in high-paying.
But wouldn't we get, say we got it, wouldn't you get 50,000 people?
But Chicago could get more easily, so could Washington, D.C.
Sam, what's your read on this? Why didn't we get it?
The big point, I think, is we can only speculate. It's impossible to say because they did not release the bid. And I think at this point, it's incumbent upon the city, the county, and their private partners to release it immediately.
All right, to all three of you, it seemed like we were on a little bit of a roll around here, weren't we? I mean, we did well. We got the convention. We did well there.
RNC.
Looks like the city's picked up. We got great grades for the convention.
And 2 Amazon buildings already.
Well, there you
the
go.
Warehouses on the east and west side.
Right.
What happened to our momentum? You think it was somebody fumbled on the bid?
I think they just gave a half,
I don't think it's a loss of momentum. I think it's just too big a bite for the city to handle.
Also, there were 238 other cities submitting bids.
But did you see the other campaigns that other cities put out, the social media campaigns that were great? I mean, we did nothing like that.
Do you know that?
No, because it was kept a secret.
That's part of the problem. I do agree.
But why wasn't it on YouTube like every other city?
Not every other city. Many cities have kept it quiet.
All right, let me ask you all this. Where was it going to go if it was going to come here?
Well, my choices were Chicago, Atlanta.
No, I mean, where would it have gone in Cleveland, physically?
Cleveland? It's hard to say.
Well, was that a part of the problem?
It might have been.
They didn't release it. They should release that too.
The only thing I heard was a string of sites from the lakefront, right near here.
Yeah.
There's some empty spaces around public square, scattered sites.
So what I'm picking up really from all three of you is this is really hazy what
but
our information was.
I feel like they're hiding something.
I did say a bit about the Detroit plan. Detroit was going to have some in Windsor and some in Detroit across the bridge there.
Yeah.
So this is hard to find places for 50,000 people.
Don't forget your sister publication in Detroit, Crane's Detroit. They FOIA'd Freedom of Information Act request.
We did as well.
Did you? And did you get anything?
We were told it's proprietary information.
Well, that's a made-up term. Cleveland just uses that term with no meaning attached to it.
In fairness, Crane's Detroit did not get it from a Freedom of Information request. They got it surreptitiously.
Is that right?
Yeah. Where is it going to go?
For them.
Where is it going? Who's going to get the 50,000 jobs?
Again, I said the Washington, D.C. area has 3 possible sites, and Chicago, to me, are the prime candidates.
I think the New York Times picked Denver as their...
Yeah, but I want Sam. I want Sam's pick. Well, I want the New York Times. I want your pick.
Amazon's a corporate giant, and the Newark, New Jersey proposal included $7 billion in tax incentives, which far exceeds the $5 billion investment that Amazon itself is worth.
And
where do you think
I first laughed about Newark, but it's got 3 major airports near it, and it's not the nicest city in the world.
The attraction of Washington to me is that Jeff Bezos, the president of Amazon, owns the Washington Post. And he wants influence in Washington.
Okay, here's the other thing. Sometimes we take these kind of losses very personally in the city. We really do. I mean, that's the way Cleveland is. I know, but that's the way Cleveland is. I mean, really. I mean, okay. And here's the deal, everybody, okay? It's not that we didn't even make it down to the final 20. We're just not getting it, right? I mean, that's the way it's going to be. That's the ultimate outcome.
I don't think it should necessarily be viewed as a bad thing.
Yeah, I
think
don't
it's
either.
equally likely that we dodged a bullet.
Really? Why do you say that? That's
Yeah.
How
interesting. Why
expensive
would you
it's
say
going to be.
that?
The amount of financial incentives they're asking for and may get billions of dollars.
And look at our leaders. I mean, who knows what they offered up to Amazon? It could have been insane. No income taxes, no property taxes. It would not be unusual for them to offer an insane
Yeah,
package.
that is true.
But you are still under the belief that somebody's hiding something.
Or that they just didn't do the job that they should do.
The fact
But when
is,
you're talking about 50,000 potential jobs,
you do the job,
you
sure.
do the job.
Well, I don't know. Maybe, it was,
Exactly. Yeah.
it was just after the election, and
they're just not allowed to hide this information from the
They
public.
shouldn't be.
They're-
I agree with
Right.
Sam on that.
We
There's
pay
no reason not to
taxes.
do that.
Okay. Hey, thanks. That was it was spirited. It was lively. It always is when you're a part of it. Thank you very much. We didn't get it. We move on.
Yeah.
And we move on to some of today's other big headlines on the day. And we do that with tonight's 77 Seconds at 7. In the last week alone, 3 women have died from the flu in Cuyahoga County. They were all older, ages 78, 95, and 101, from all over town, Rocky River, Euclid, and Cleveland. That brings the total number of flu-related deaths in the county up to 5 this season. 6 teens are charged today in last week's riot inside the Cuyahoga County Juvenile Detention Center. One was 14 years old, the other's 15. The incident forced officials to call in a SWAT team to get things under control and left about $200,000 in damages at the facility. The family of a man shot and killed by a Strongsville police officer last March is suing that officer and the city for wrongful death in the incident. Roy Evans Jr. led police on a 14-minute chase down I-71 before Officer Jason Miller shot Evans inside the car with his girlfriend and 2 children inside, less than 5 seconds after getting out of his police car. The officer has since been cleared of criminal wrongdoing. Tuesday night, a meteor lit up the sky over multiple states, including Ohio, catching the attention of thousands. And today, the first remnants were found. Recovery teams in Michigan are credited with the first 2 finds of meteorite fragments. Now, after that flu report that we just told you about, researchers find the best way to boost vaccination rates may be the most obvious, a simple reminder. So a team of researchers from around the globe reviewed 75 studies on how to encourage vaccines. Overall, reminders work better than vaccine campaigns in the media or at doctors' offices. This includes campaigns like postcards, text messages, and computerized telephone calls. An alarming trend affecting more than half of Americans. A new report says most of us are not prepared with enough emergency money in the bank. Consumer Financial Service Bank Rate says only 39% of Americans claim they'd be able to cover a $1,000 emergency expense with their savings. 1 in 5 say they'd have to cover that much cost with a credit card. Experts do recommend putting a portion of your paycheck into your savings account each month so that you can build an emergency fund. And when we come back, what's bringing on and bringing to Cleveland one of radio's biggest names to the birthplace of rock and roll, and dogs, pancakes, omelets, how the hungry animal lover in you has an opportunity to help out some dogs who are in need while scoring a great breakfast, too. That's all after our first time out and a visit with Betsy.
We've got a lot to talk about as far as the forecast goes, and the good thing is that it's good news. We'll have details on what to expect straight ahead.
Channel 3 News at 7, Donovan Live, is made possible by the Calvetta Brothers Floor Show. It's time to fall in love again with your home.
Well, a lot of folks wonder how area dog rescues manage to get the resources to help so many of the local dogs that need help. And our guests tonight, and that is plural, are getting it done in a very creative way. Beth Del Cole volunteers at Secondhand Mutts and joins us with an adorable dog that needs a home, and that is Wyatt. Welcome, Beth.
Thank you.
Okay, tell us about Secondhand Mutts.
So Secondhand Mutts is a rescue organization that brings dogs in, and they find fosters for them and then forever homes.
Yeah.
And they microchip them, spay or neuter them, make sure that they get their treatments through a vet and get examined to make sure that they're in really good health before they get adopted.
Let me give you the rundown on this guy. This is Wyatt.
Wyatt.
Found as a stray on the streets of Cleveland.
Right.
Estimated at being 8 years old.
Correct.
A chow, looks like a German Shepherd mix, and a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's really
okay, so
sweet.
he is up for adoption, right?
Not as
Not
of
yet, but he needs a home.
He has a foster right now.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good.
And so after he goes through his heartworm treatment, then he will be able to be adopted out.
Here's what's coming up. The 9th annual Pancake Bark Feast. They'll have a celebrity chef omelet station, which Betsy's going to talk about in a moment. Okay, but the Extra Mile program, all the money that is raised helps that, treats dogs, provides extended care if needed. The event is Saturday, January 27th, over at St. Ignatius High School. That's going to be great, okay?
Correct, yeah.
All right, how do people get tickets or anything like that? Any information?
Go to the Secondhand Mutt website, and you can get tickets through that website until the 26th, or you can go on, come to the event and get them right at the door.
He's a great guy.
He is. He's very
Wyatt's
sweet.
a great guy.
He's a good
now,
boy.
with more on the Bark Feast, and especially the omelet part of that deal, with a great breakfast, and with a celebrity chef, with a celebrity meteorologist. What a team. Here's Betsy.
We have all angles covered over here. We're going to get
What
you
an introduction.
warmed up from the inside out with some omelets. Chef Awen Adams with Sodexo joining me here in the studio. And omelets for me always end up being scrambled eggs. I don't understand what the flip, it falls apart. So is there some kind of a thing that you have in your back pocket that is a no-fail flipper?
Yes, and I will show you as I demonstrate.
Excellent.
Because there's definitely a trick, so I'll be sure to show you when I get there.
Sweet. What do we have?
So I'm doing a vegetarian omelet for the event because given the fact that a lot of folks that come to this are dog and cat lovers, they don't eat meat.
Right.
So I always pretty much cover the vegetarian omelet for the event.
Okay.
I've been doing it, this is my 5th year. I actually adopted a secondhand mutt.
Oh, very nice.
5 years ago. So I've been involved with the organization since then because it's just a wonderful organization.
All right, so you're putting in your zucchini and squash,
Yep, so it's
which
a-
is seasoned, and then the eggs go in.
Yep, it's a roasted zucchini and squash.
Okay.
Then put the eggs in.
And this is the same thing as scrambled eggs. It's the milk and the eggs whisked together really well, or is there some secret in there?
I don't put milk in mine.
Oh, well,
because I feel like it makes it stick more.
Oh, this is groundbreaking.
You want to make sure that your heat is not too high,
Yeah.
but high enough that you'll see it'll start cooking around the edge, and that's where you want to kind of pull the eggs in the middle.
Okay. This is the part where it all just starts to just keep mushing up.
Right, yes. No, you want to pull them in the middle,
Okay.
so the cooked part is in the middle, and then as it pulls away from the edge, that's where you will...
Fantastic. I'm actually going to give you a few minutes, about a minute of my weather time because this is so important to me. And really, I'm going to be completely honest, everybody. It's going to be sunny and fantastic tomorrow. What's the trick with the flip? I'm dying to know.
Okay, I'm getting there. So you pull it, you keep pulling the eggs in, right? Till you get to the point where there's not that much raw egg left, right? And then that's where, and again, I'm vertically challenged, but.
Oh, just
now,
like that.
If you can't do that, you don't have to do that.
The Rafters City for me.
You just take you can just take your spatula and kind of.
And then you just slide it and kind of flip it over on itself.
Right. Now it's not maybe as pretty when you do the flip, but you know, you won't have scrambled eggs.
All right, well we have some, what kind of cheese very quickly?
This is ricotta with mozzarella.
Tomatoes.
Yep.
Sweet. All right, well this is, again, Chef Awen Adams from Sodexo. Her vegetarian omelet will be featured at this phenomenal event featuring a lot of phenomenal pups. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Nice to meet you. I'm just going to go ahead and take this on over with me. Take your time. No rush. Hey, you got it. And seriously, I can go light on time. Big time. Don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay. I got nothing. Except an omelet. This kind of makes my salad.
Great.
Yeah.
Bring it in.
Yes.
I just stir usually.
On 3. I looked in, I don't know how to see in the rundown, timing. Coming! I guess that means I'm on. Thank you.
In tonight's 3 on 3, radio royalty is coming to town for the Rock Hall inductions. A Cleveland-born actress makes a big reveal over on social media and how much it will set you back to meet a pop culture legend. Danielle is here. Betsy is here after a full breakfast. Over on the, yeah, she just had
An
an
omelet. It's sitting over there.
Wow.
Why? From where?
It's going to
We
be
just
my
had
dinner.
A fascinating
Thanks for
segment.
watching.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, really.
no, excuse
I think
me,
you're going to
I
enjoy
was-
the show once you come on, once you watch it.
I was working on some other things, and I don't have the TV thing on my. That's why I
Okay.
ran up here at the last minute.
First up, Betsy,
Why do I get
Howard
picked on
Stern
every day?
is the one who will induct Bon
right here.
Jovi
We're right here.
into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I thought Bill Belichick would induct Bon Jovi. They are incredible friends.
Really?
Oh, yeah. When Bill Belichick was the head coach of the Browns, Bon Jovi was always on the sideline of a home game here in Cleveland. But anyway, Howard Stern will be coming to Cleveland in April. He announced the news on his radio show over on Sirius XM. Stern was hesitant about coming because he hates to travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a recluse.
Now, the last time he was in Cleveland, Danielle, was that famous time where he took over when he was on regular radio. And what do they call it? I don't know what they call that. What do they call it? Anyway. Terrestrial. Thank you very much. Vince chipping in. Oh. Anyway, and he took over the #1 spot in the morning, and he came in and had a big rally, and then someone cut the wires and took them off the air. Remember that?
Wow.
Did you guys
I
remember
didn't know that,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
But they're very good friends as well.
You were probably in finger painting class back then, Betsy. You were so young.
Thank you.
Okay.
No, they're great friends as well. And in fact,
Yeah.
when he was on the show, he said this was the only choice I was going to make. So
I would love to visit with him because we were classmates at BU.
That's right.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, we were
you
classmates
said
at
that.
BU. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the
And I
induction
was on his
ceremony's in Cleveland.
I was on
And
his
I'm sure
radio
you can
show.
get comp tickets.
I did comedy with him, the King
What if he's
Schmaltz Bagel
sitting in
Hour.
his house
I remember
saying,
the King of Schmaltz Bagel.
I'm going to
Hour.
Cleveland in April. I hope I get to visit with Jimmy Donovan. Man, I haven't seen him in a long time.
I would really love to see him, and I mean that. All right, actress and Cleveland native and a friend of this show, Monica Potter,
Yep.
dispelling rumors of her pregnancy today. She posted a picture cradling her stomach on Instagram, leading many to believe she had a baby on the way, but she later revealed instead she has colitis and wants to bring attention to the digestive disorder. First of all, she was wonderful when she was here.
Yep.
And she loves
Her
she's from
family's
Collinwood,
amazing.
right? Yeah.
Have you ever met the whole family when they're
No,
together?
I have not,
It's
no.
hysterical. It's everybody just all over each other.
That's some way to bring attention to colitis, I gotta say.
You can see where the mix-up would come from, right?
Exactly. I mean, I know it's a serious disease, but I didn't know that it causes that, and I could just say I'm very grateful I don't have that.
I completely agree.
Then we'll move on. Comic legend Stan Lee, the man who was instrumental in building Marvel Comics, is bound for Cleveland for Wizard World Comic-Con. That comes up here in March. But here's the catch. A chance to meet him will not come cheap. He's charging $120 if you want to have a picture with him, and then another $120 if you want an autograph. Yeah.
Well, you know what? He may need that money for his attorneys because he is the latest to get accused of sexual harassment at 95 years old. The home nursing people coming to his place.
Really?
Oh, yeah, multiple nurses.
Wow, how about that?
95, though. Apparently, he's.
Don't look at
like
me. I got
superhero.
nothing. After that,
let's go back to me and Howard Stern. Wow. Hey, always good to have you. I mean that, really. And let me always say, always interesting to have you.
Come with my little tidbits.
Wow.
She comes with notes. You have your scripts. I got nothing.
There you go. You have a nice omelet.
You have a nice omelet.
She's got a nice omelet after the show.
I'll be taking care of that in just a little bit. First, we're going to take care of a little bit of weather. We have a chilly night on tap, but it's nothing compared to where we have been. 14 the morning low, 29 the high today, 34 the average high on this date. Average is a 30-year statistical average of all the high temperatures, and you know what? We are going to be going above those 30-year statistical averages as we go through the rest of the week. Not quite to high records, though. 64 degrees set in 1996. It's been a little while since we've been that warm. As far as the big picture goes, high pressure still dominating the weather picture. It's going to pump in some warmer air for us. And then there's low pressure sitting out here off the west coast. That will become rain on Monday for us. But between now and then, with the high pressure to the south and the advancing cold front and the low pressure system, that should bring a nice big draw of warmth northward. And that means we will be on the receiving end of that. We will be warming up. But in the meantime, it's still kind of chilly, but temperatures are in the 20s at this hour. Considering we have been way lower than this at this point of the day over the last week or so, this is good news. And the news just keeps on getting better. Universal Windows Direct Forecast starts us off with Friday. The temperatures are going to be moving from the 20s into the 30s. How do upper 30s sound? Mid and upper 30s, above average temperatures coming back into the vernacular of the forecast. Partly cloudy then for Saturday. Clouds on the increase Sunday, but we're hanging out in the 40s. 50 Monday, rain showers likely. Cold air returns, snow chances return Tuesday, and a flurry chance remains on Wednesday.
Okay, and we'll be back to wrap it up with a story about a penguin that went for a boat ride. You won't want to miss it.
Here's what's coming up tonight on NBC and Channel 3. Brought to you by Montrose. Everybody knows you've got a friend at Montrose.
Before we go tonight, a big surprise met a research crew in the Antarctic recently. Check this out. This expedition team got an unexpected visitor. Pop up onto their, this is like an early Batman, when the penguin would come in. The penguin jumped right into the boat, so we're told that the research team actually had 8 curious penguins drop in to check them out over the course of that day. That is tremendous video. Have you ever wanted to go there, to the Antarctic?
Yes.
You do?
Absolutely. Oh, I think it'd be wonderful.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. We had a camera guy go there one time, Larry Baker. Remember Larry Baker? He went to the South Pole, and I said, how was it? And he went, cold. He was a man of few words, and so am I. Entertainment Tonight is next.
Thanks for watching Channel 3 News. Be sure to check out the new and improved WKYC.com. No frills, just the facts in a fun and easy-to-use website.